Paul, how's training been this week?
Yeah, training's been good. And obviously we had the Cumberland Cup game as well, which was sort of an extension of training as such. And everybody who played in that has then trained again on the Thursday. So the preparations are just the same. Nothing's changed in terms of what we're doing. We had the plan, regardless of what was going to happen last Saturday. And the plan stays the same. We're preparing to go to Charlton. We're trying everything we possibly can to get short-term wins, to get some results, and still planning for the long term, trying to build the football club, trying to build the group, trying to make the group better, and that'll continue right through to the end of the season. We'll continue to do that, and hopefully we can get some positivity.
Charlton went on a long run without a win, but since Nathan Jones went in, I think they're 6 unbeaten now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're a good side. They've got good individuals. I know they lost a few in January, and they've got a couple of injuries as well from key players, or 4 key players. They were one of the fancied teams at the start of the season when Dean Holden was in there. I know I spoke to Dean last summer, and they were having a real go for it. They've had a go again in January, the signing of Connor Coventry. So they're a good squad, and Nathan's gone in, really experienced manager, got a fantastic record at some of the clubs that he's worked at, really good coach, and he's got them going again, organised them. And I think they're 6 games unbeaten against some good sides as well. You know, the Northampton are a good side, Derby County, Portsmouth, these types of results. So it's going to be a tough game, but it's the next one for us, the next challenge, and we've got to make sure that we just keep trying to improve as much as we can. What
kind of game do you expect from them?
Well, they can do both sides of it. I mean, they go quite direct up to the striker Kanu, and they've got Alfie May, who bobs around all over the place around him. They've got experience in midfield with Dobson, and they've got, as I say, Coventry, who's in there, that they brought in January, paid a lot of money for him. So it's going to be a tough game. They can play when they get it down, but they tend to go quite direct up to the strikers and then get bodies in and around it. So no different to any game. We're going to have to defend properly, and when we get the ball, we're going to have to keep it. We're going to have to create opportunities, and we're going to have to try and be able to finish them. So we're going into it with as positive a mindset as we possibly can. We have to forget about the league table. That's what it is, and we can't change that. And we've just got to do everything we can to get some wins.
Sold out of our 800 tickets now, with more available on the day. Just another case of wanting to make them proud, isn't it?
And of course it is. We've got to get some respect back. It's as simple as that. I keep saying it, and I'm like a broken record, and I get it. You know, we've done everything to get the support. We've got to do everything to try and keep it. And I think the result last weekend was disappointing, but everybody who was at the game could see that the players kept going, and the attitude was right. I'll openly admit, it wasn't right in the home game against Cambridge. So we have to keep the attitude right. We've got to keep doing that. Keep being professional about everything we do, and that's exactly the message I've been giving to the players all week.
Cumberland Cup on Tuesday, there was a big gap in the level, but the lads were professional about it.
Yeah, I thought to be honest, both sides were really respectful, because I've been involved in those games when it's that type of score and it becomes a bit of a kicking match and you're running the risk of getting players injured. I thought Whitehaven were really respectful of it. I thought our players went about it in the right way. Nobody likes to be involved in a game where it's 13-0. It's not right, but the players went about it in the right way. They did the right things. They got the physical side out of it. They got the football side out of it. I will admit it wasn't a game that stretched them, but we wanted to treat the competition properly. We've got through to the final, and we'll deal with that when it comes round. But no, it was one of those workouts that we needed to do, and the players would have got something from it, even if it's a confidence booster of sticking the ball in the back of the net.
Like you say, Whitehaven stuck at it, and I think you went and spoke to them after the game just to give them a bit of praise for what they've done.
Yeah, well, they've done really well to get through to the semi-finals, and I'm sure when the draw was made and they looked at it and thought, oh Jesus, this is not what we need, and especially when we've got so many players who needed to play, and they've just seen the team sheet and it was all first team squad players. But they're Carlisle United fans, a lot of the Whitehaven lads. I spoke to a few of them in the corridor, spoke to them, the chairman and directors in the entrance hall out there in the reception, and I just thought it was right just to go and sort of congratulate them from getting this far. I know it wasn't the draw they would have wanted, but just to thank them for being respectful, regardless of the result. I think they enjoyed the experience. And I think it was maybe a little bit of an eye-opener, because I think people sometimes do forget that there's a difference between the non-league level and first team player level. So I'm sure they got a bit of an education in that, and hopefully they'll understand the difference in the levels and the way that the players went about it here.
Ben and Josh got the minutes that they needed. Did they both come through it okay, and now in their thoughts for Saturday?
Yeah, they both came through fine. Josh was more about making sure he got the physical data, and that's why you kept seeing him going on marauding underlaps and overlaps from that right side centre back. The plan was to play him 60, 70 minutes, but he got the data in that we needed. We needed him to do that sort of high-speed running. He got all of that in, so it was a case of not pushing him, because I wanted him to train on the Thursday to make sure he's available. And Ben got his work in as well, because he's been out for a few weeks as well. So no, it was just about keeping everybody up to speed, keeping everybody right. And I think, there was some good workouts for people like Jack Robinson and Dylan McGeoch, Sean Maguire and Butts got a run out, Sean Green another one. So everybody got those minutes that we needed from them, which hopefully they'll benefit us over the run into the end of the season.
And has everyone else come through the week okay? Any other injuries? Yeah,
we've got a couple of little doubts for the weekend. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to give any names out, but we'll wait and see. We've got a day or so before the game, before we need to put the team sheet in. So we'll wait and see. There's a few bumps and bruises, hopefully nothing too serious. So that's that side of it. But a real positive this week, we're seeing Georgie Kelly out on the grass. So that's good to see him getting working, and hopefully we should get him back over the next few weeks.